Hey everybody, hope you can hear me okay. Greg Sparks here, and I hope you're all having a good weekend so far. Stopping in here at Universal Studios Hollywood real quick to do a update on Horror Nights and Fast and Furious that we didn't get to do on Friday since we were too busy enjoying all of the fun for Mega Movie Summer. You can see the Fast and Furious car behind me, and I'm gonna walk around and just get some video and pics of what's going on. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, always appreciate it. Let's head right in and check out what's going on. All right, so here we are at Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. If you've been following our channel, you know that they had the debut of one of the ride vehicles on Friday. It's super awesome. The Dodge Charger now sitting in the Universal Plaza where you can go and get pictures. They've also been doing a pull-through test. So there is the pull-through vehicle. They've been doing it for probably about a week now, maybe even a little bit more. They started off on the end part here. As you can see here, it is now basically about to come up to the final brake run before you head back into the station, which means that it has gone through that final inversion pull through as well. Get some more video as we proceed to the other side. So basically most of the work going on right now, other than the pull through, is just obviously working on the queue. You can see a lot of work they've been doing here since our last update. A lot of electrical, so you can see down here with one of the launches, it will be doing, they're doing a lot of electrical. They're also getting ready to start with the sound wall. So these were actually on Friday, there was only the supports there. So those pillars are new for the sound wall that's going to go up and down the hill. And then obviously there's the large sound wall. It's going to basically be there on this element. And then there's the sound wall that's going to be over the elements that goes over the Starway on the first section over there. So like I said, I'll get video on the other side. And then here you can see more of the work going on underneath here. So electrical, queue work, pull through, and then sound wall. As far as when we'll start seeing testing, I've got to be honest, it's probably at least another month or two off. But obviously there's four trains per vehicle, or excuse me, four vehicles per train. I guess that's a better way to put it. So I don't know if any full trains are here yet, but that is, there was a lot of people saying, oh, that's the final design. That is not the final design. That is one of the ride vehicles, but it's obviously covered in the protective stuff. And then just kind of moving back in around here, you can see just work going on, lots of work going on. No large cranes on site. There will be a crane. Actually, you can kind of see it there. It looks like they're starting to work on the sound wall. There is a crane over there. So there will be a rather large crane coming up on site for installation of that sound wall, because it's going to be quite large. And then the sound wall underneath there. Then obviously probably some smaller cranes for the sound walls that are going to go up and down the tram road here, or at least the tram road as it currently exists. All right, so as we move down Prince Street, Halloween Horror Nights construction is going on. You can see that's usually the typical exit for the house that is here. No announcement for what this house is yet. But according to John Murdy, a few years at Midsummer Scream, for the foreseeable future, that house will be Latin America themed, which is fantastic. I love all of the folklore they've been diving into for Halloween Horror Nights. And we're going to just basically turn the corner here by Mel and take a look at the facade here. So no original houses have been announced yet. Just the 2.5 IP houses. So we've got Jason that was announced on Friday the 13th. Obviously, we've got the Fallout house, which will be over there where the Star Trek thing was. Then we've got the Five Nights at Freddy's. So look at the facade here. This looks much different than the facades here that have been here the last couple of years for Monstros, but definitely does look very Spanish inspired. So I'm about 90% sure that the Latin America theme, the Latin theme, will be continuing for this particular house this year for Halloween Horror Nights. All right, so as we walk around the perimeter, you can see more electrical work going on here on the final turn. Obviously, with a coaster of this size and speed and as technical as it is, a lot of electrical work going on for Fast and Furious. So it's going to take a while. In addition, since our last update, the walls have been moved out, so a lot more space here that they're taking up for construction. And then if you saw the artwork, I'll put it up here on this section here. The sign will be basically right here. Basically, those little things on the building, that's what will be holding up the ride sign. So as you are exiting Wizarding World, you're going to be basically faced with a large Fast and Furious sign. 5 years ago, me would have been a little like, that doesn't make any sense, but now I just hope it pisses off J.K. Rowling. Not a whole lot of space in this area right now. According to the artwork, it looks like at least this half of Springfield will be not removed, but repurposed for Fast and Furious. I don't know exactly what's going to remain. I'll be honest, I don't see Springfield lasting very much longer. Not only is it just, since its ride is been a long time coming to kind of replace it, but Disney now owns Simpsons, so can't imagine that they're going to renew that contract and pay Disney. But we'll see. But if they're going to get rid of this half of Springfield, I can't imagine why they would keep the other part. So this is where the other sound, quote-unquote, wall will be. Sound barrier, I guess you call it. Will be kind of over that section of the Starway. And then here, we've got more work going on. I'll catch more of it on the escalator steps are approaching side when I come back up. And then here is those two supports there are going to be for the sound wall or the sound barrier. It's not really a wall, I guess. So it's going to be, you can see, it is going to be rather large. I don't think it's covering the entirety of it, so it looks like it's only going to be kind of this area up. I don't know if there's any connectors higher up on the coaster supports. It doesn't look like it. So it's going to be that. I think there's another footer somewhere. They also did install a new ramp down, so kind of a exit procedure should the coaster get stuck. There's a new ramp that goes under the Starway and around and exits right there if they need to evac the coaster. So here is that crane that we saw from the other side. So this is not for Fast and Furious. This is for the Hill project here that they're doing. So it will be interesting to see. Look, probably just bringing in more wall pieces. Because obviously if they're going to block off the hill there, it's going to have to be a pretty solid wall. Right, so looking down, for John Murray on Twitter, that is the Friday the 13th house for Halloween Horror Nights. And then no announcement for the house back here yet. Rumors are that it is going to be Scarecrow, at least the sequel to Scarecrow. It seems odd since Scarecrow is one of the houses that they're building at the Vegas thing. But yeah, so Friday the 13th, super excited. I know a lot of people think that Friday the 13th has been at Horror Nights Live. It's actually been, since Jason has been by himself, it has been, I think, 2013. He was in the Titans of Terror house. I believe that was 2016, which is a fantastic house. But yeah, so Jason to have his own house again, it hasn't happened for a while. So super excited to both here and at Universal Horror Nights and Orlando. We're definitely looking forward to having Jason back at a nice, fun slasher maze house. And then here, just a closer look at the Hillside project.
Again, not really sure what they're doing. Lots of rumors what they're doing, but you can see here, crane is on site. Lots of diggers and earth movers. Lots of, I guess for lack of a better word, it's rebar, but some big freaking rebar. But again, if you're holding up all of this hill, it's going to have to be. So they're going to have a pretty good chunk of space here. But for what, who knows? But we'll find out soon, I'm sure. So heading back up the hill, there is the pull-through car. You can see all of the cables and everything that are kind of attached to it. And then over here on the side here are the supports and everything for the sound walls that are going up. You can see additional footers here. Those are all for sound walls. Those are not coaster footers. Those are sound wall footers. And according to the artwork that they sent in the POV, or not the POV, the animatic that they sent, that is basically that road is going to remain. And it looks like there might actually be some more, there's some more supports there as well. So additional sound wall to kind of go next to that section of the coaster. And then here, some more supports here, more sound walls. Support's going to be going up. There is the extended queue. And as we head back up to the next level, get a closer look at what's going on down the hill. So again, there are the supports for the sound walls. Those are the ones that we saw from up above that have the places, the things in place for these sound walls. Don't know how much taller they're going to be than that. I don't know if that's as tall as they're going to actually be. It could be just that tall. So hopefully we'll still be able to see a lot of this coaster. That was one of the selling points of this as far as coaster enthusiasts were concerned, is you can see the coaster throughout the entire segment, the entire length of the coaster. So hopefully that's going to remain. And then there is a closer look at that pull-through car. So it is one of the actual trains. You can see underneath, you can see the spinning mechanism. So that is one of the there would be 4 cars per train. And then, looks like it's going to get pulled right back through. So they have not pulled through the entire coaster yet, but obviously to pull through up there, it's going to be a little bit of effort. They will need a crane, and I don't see a crane. There's a boom crane there. I don't think that's quite tall enough though to get up to that spot.